Hi, welcome back. It's Monday night, so that means that it's live night, even though we haven't had it for the past 2 weeks because I was on vacation. I'm back. Hopefully, we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Maybe I might be able to talk. It's been a long time since I've sat here in front of the camera. Hey, y'all, I missed you. So happy to be back. If you're new to YouTube Lives, please remember that you must be logged into your YouTube account if you want to participate in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, it doesn't make a difference. But if you're here and you want to chat with us, then you do need to be logged into your YouTube account. While you're at it, a quick reminder for everybody, make sure that you select live chat from the drop-down menu. It automatically, for some reason, most people defaults over to top chat. That's going to filter out some comments that are coming through randomly, and I might respond to something that you didn't see, and then you'll be lost in the sauce, and we don't want that for your life. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody's coming in. Ah, look, Anthony is here at the beginning, and he's on time for once in his life, and now he's saying that I'm late. I was not late. I was precisely on time. Yes, I was. Hello. Ah, did you guys miss me? I sure did miss you. Truly, I did. Oh, Leanne is stuck in the ads. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for watching the ads, Leanne. If you guys don't know, that's how YouTubers get paid. If you don't watch at least 30 seconds of the ads, then YouTube doesn't pay us. So that's why you see people in the chat saying that they're stuck in ads, because they're watching the ads because they love me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Ah. Let's flip over. Let me do some crocheting. I have not crocheted since I crocheted with you guys last. That's how long it's been. Sally said it's so easy for me to get lost in the sauce. Bless your heart, Sally. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, now I knew that I should have looked over stuff before I came in here. Do I have... I think I have a pair of scissors right out here. Hold on. Because we don't want to get into this without scissors. Well, I did have... Oh. Here they are. My other handy dandy scissors that I normally use are all the way up at the front of the house on the table next to the love seat where I sit. Because that's how I roll. Oh, that's how I get down. That's how I do it. So we have one more row of the grannies to go, and then one more row of the ripple granny, and then we just have to straighten out the edges with the half grannies, and the main body is done. How many weeks do you think it's going to take us to get there? Who knows? Who knows? Ruth wants to know if Miss Wanda is on the road or if she has stopped. Scissors with hands. Scissors with hands. Did I say hands? I didn't mean to say hands. If I did, I apologize. Hello, Diana. Terry. By the way, if you guys see somebody with a blue name, that means that they are a moderator, and if you act up, they're going to whack you with the spanner. They also have little spanners next to their names. So don't act up. But you can act up a little because Kim's not going to be here tonight. Unfortunately, she said that they have gone back into lockdown, which means that all of her children and her husband are at home. And she is dealing with all of that. So Kim is not going to be with us tonight. You should have a pair of scissors in every room of the house. I should, shouldn't I? That would be the smart thing for me to do, but do you think that that's the way that it works? No. No, it's not. I always have to run to different areas. Normally they're in my little Kiwi Bestie bag there, but they're not because I was using them for something else. And I haven't put them back in the bag. Handy dandy. Oh. Freaky. Honestly. Honestly. Seen a post from Fiberific about another lockdown. Yeah, apparently it's just for 3 days though, so Kim says. So hopefully it won't be too bad for them. Poor little Aussie friends. I have a friend in Canada that had just sent me a message not too long ago and said something about where they were at in Canada was going to a modified lockdown situation, which is a bummer because lockdowns are no fun. Believe me, I know. I live in New Mexico and we have been on lockdown since all of it started. Melissa said yes, we're in lockdown too, as we were all in Brisbane since the 20th of March for Bobby's music at the... Oh! Bummer, Melissa. Hello, Steph and Sabrina. I wish our lockdowns only lasted 3 days, right? That's what I'm saying. We have never gotten to fully back opened at all. Here in New Mexico, it seems like they keep pushing the goalpost for us. A couple months ago, they went to a tier system with colors, and it was red, yellow, and green. And green was still not 100% back open, but it was the most lax restrictions. And as soon as counties in the state started to hit green, they added another level. So we have red, yellow, green, and turquoise. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not that it affects me much. The only thing that really, really affects me, because I don't do anything but work. So, and I was essential or I am essential. So I got to keep my job, thankfully, and kept working. The only thing that messed with me is our governor decided to put a curfew on all businesses. So all businesses are supposed to close at 10 p.m., which is bad for me because I work 2 to 10. And I used to do my grocery shopping every Saturday night when I got off work at 10 o'clock because the grocery store would stay open until 11, and that was plenty of time for me to go in and do my grocery shopping. Well, as soon as our governor did that, it forced me to go into the grocery store with everybody else and their mamas that are at the stinking grocery store, and I just don't understand it. And this yarn is stuck to my hair. Stop it. So it's mildly annoying. I did hear or read that this lockdown thing may take several years to kill COVID. Ugh, I don't know. I have a pair of stork little scissors on a lanyard, and if I know I'm going to use them a lot... Ah, she puts it on her neck. Yeah, I would end up cutting myself. I'd end up poking myself, all kinds of bad stuff. Oh. We will have a review after 3 days to see how the numbers are. If we have more confirmed, then we may have more areas in lockdown restrictions. Queensland has been so lucky so far. Hope. I feel for you. I do. Believe me. Trying to read all of the comments. I don't trust Freaky. Freaky has burned us live YouTubers way too many times, so I do not trust Freaky, and I always have to pre-screen everything that Freaky says first before I read it back to everybody. And Freaky's talking a lot. 3 days because the incubation period is like 10. Makes sense. Hey, listen, you know what? I'm not going to, Australia's numbers are a whole heck of a lot better than US numbers. So they can do whatever they want to do in their book because they've been doing really well so far compared to us. Hello, Gabby. Ugh. My neck got stiff all of a sudden. I'm sorry. Probably look like a crazy person tipping my neck all around. So what did you guys do while I was gone? I was so bored. I was so bored because everybody was fussing at me. Jennifer fussed at me, told me that I was not allowed to do any work at all. And we had the restock of Fusion come in for Good Loops while I was on vacation. So I was here, obviously, because it was a staycation. I wasn't going anywhere. So I got that big old box of yarn and it sat here and it killed me to not unpack it and receive it into inventory. But I managed all the way until Monday night. Last Monday, I actually did about 4 hours worth of work, even though it didn't make Jennifer very happy, but I needed to because time is a thing. But other than that, I was so stinking bored. So bored. I went and got addicted to TikTok. That was before I left for vacation. I've been busy using my Good Loops yarn I ordered in February. I made the seashells shawl and now on the half motifs of Amy's Embrace. I love the Eco Lush the best. Oh, you're making Amy's Embrace. I love it when orders come through and I can tell that somebody's ordering yarn for Amy's Embrace. I love it. It makes me giggle on the inside. Hello, Becky. Welcome. Coworker is making a delivery where Stephanie lives either Tuesday or Wednesday morning. I had a doctor's appointment this a.m. I had to keep the dispatch put me subbing on a dedicated route. Oh, Wanda, you could have been coming to see me. Oh, darn all of the luck. Bummer. Say it ain't so. TikTok is evil, rotten, and bad. I do not know how to do the TikTok, but a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, I figured out, well, I mean, I can't do them, but I figured out how to access the Reels on Instagram. And let me tell you, I am never going to download TikTok because I get lost in the Reels of Instagram. Very, very, very lost. I don't have an Instant Pot yet, but my kiddo is super big into making smoothies right now. Oh, I love my Instant Pot. You'll now have to make a special order for next week to meet Wanda. Oh, I've met Wanda several times. Wanda and I conventioned together in Manchester, and then Wanda was coming through and she had to do a 36-hour reset, so she got special permission and they allowed her to drive just a little bit off route so she could do her reset here. So I got to spend 3 days with her here. I was so happy today because I received my Good Loops order. Yay! Squished mail! I love sending out squished mail. Freaky said I watched TikTok on YouTube. The videos seem to make it everywhere. Leanne said, yay, Holly, did you smell it? Did you smell it? That's the question. That's the real question. Over here, I think. Yep. Okay. TikTok is so addictive, I've heard. That's why I won't do it. I know. I know. I've been playing a computer game called Stardew Valley. I have also go down the rabbit hole of watching a YouTuber with his reviews of the game. Very funny. That's always fun. Stardew Valley. What is... Hey Siri, Google Stardew Valley for me.
One sec.
If she does this to me again, she's been doing this to me. Maybe
Okay, I found this on the web for Stardew Valley. Check it out.
Oh, it's one of those little farming games. We in New Zealand have been so lucky. We are still getting COVID cases at the border. Everyone is put into quarantine for 2 weeks and have to have 2 negative tests before they can enter the country. Yeah, Jacinda ain't messing around with you guys. Jacinda's never been messing around with you guys. Yes, I smelled it, and I couldn't help but think of how John said it smelled like old ladies. It does not smell like old ladies. Y'all don't pay any attention to John. Wanda said, I'm on my way to Bloomington, Indiana. 2.5 runs there this week. Ugh. So sorry, Wanda. At least it's prettier scenery than it would be if you were coming here, that's for certain. You don't want to come here. The wind is just horrible. Going to be ordering more when my new shipment of bamboo comes in. Ho ho. Bamboo. Come here. We should have, I don't think, I haven't looked, the cotton shipment is here. So Fusion came in and I got that into the system Monday night, and then Wednesday morning I met the plane and I got the cotton, and it went into the system Thursday night. So the cotton has been restocked, the Fusion has been restocked, the Lush, and I think there's some bamboo, the Merinos, if there's any, and then a new special something something that's coming for you guys. Will be coming in the next one. I can't tell you about it yet. I can't tell you about it yet. You guys will have to watch Good Loops lives on Facebook or watch the replays if you can't be there when we're live for whenever we make that announcement, because that's going to be super fun and exciting. How long has it taken you to get to where you are on your Afghan now? Does anybody remember when I started making this? Okay, so the thing is I only work on this for 2 hours a week. And if I don't do a live, then it doesn't get worked on. Like, I haven't been here for the past 2 weeks, so it hasn't been touched. So it's a project that's been growing very, very, very slowly. But I don't know when I picked it up. That's hard. That's really, really hard for me to answer, Jocelyn. I'm so sorry. I'm really not trying to be difficult. I can't remember when I started it, because I've started it and then I put it down because I was working on other things when I was live. I don't know. It wasn't was it 2.5 years ago? Okay, when did I release Yaya's Hugs? Because this yarn was the original, well, the start of this yarn was the original for Yaya's Hugs before I switched it over to Fusion. I mean, maybe it was 2.5 years ago when I started this. It might have been 2 years ago when I started it. I've just been going really heavy on it with this go round because I'm getting close to the end. No, Terry, Terry said, no, just kidding. No, you might actually be right, honestly. You may very well be right. Hello, Affordably Crafty. I'd love to be able to tell you when I actually started it. It's one of those projects that I just work, because I can't work on other people's patterns while I'm live, because that could be really super close to copyright infringement, and I don't want to do that. So I always try to have a doodle going on that's very, very simplistic, so I don't have to really pay too much attention to the stitches, if that makes any sense. And grannies are really, really easy for me to do that, because I can do grannies all day long and barely look down at my hands. So that's another reason, little secret of why I'm normally always working on something that involves a granny. This particular version you started 2/17/20. Thank you, Dee. Dee is such a wealth of information, you guys. I just remember it after the shawl you finished. Well, and that's the problem. That's why it's taken so long, because I go through periods where I get inspiration and I want to work up a pattern. So I start working it up, and then this one gets put on the back burner. And then, you know, maybe that pattern just doesn't work out the way that I wanted it to, and I end up hating it. So I don't continue on with it, and then I come back to this. It's just, it's one of those projects. But it's getting super close to being done. Super, super close to being done. I haven't been big into spindle hand spinning. It doesn't go fast enough for me. Uh-oh. These are not the best scissors to be using on yarn. But they will work for what we need them to. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. I had to order more of this tea because I've gotten myself addicted. Jen Deal sent me some as a gift because Ida, I don't know if she still does, Ida can tell you in the chat or not, but Ida gets, like I get knit crate boxes, Ida gets boxes, but they're for tea. And sometimes she already knows that she's not going to like them, or sometimes she builds up a big stash of the samples that come in the box. So she sent me a whole bunch. And I came across this caffeine free, because I don't drink any caffeine. It's caffeine free because it's an herbal tea, and it has a hint of vanilla in it. And it's just a hint. You know, most things are, and I know for those of you who have heard me talk about this tea before, I'm so sorry, but I really, really love it. Most things that have vanilla flavoring in it, it's just overpoweringly vanilla, and you can't taste anything else but vanilla. This is the exact opposite. You taste the tea and just a smidge, a tiny little hint of vanilla, and I've gotten myself completely addicted to it. I drink 1 cup a day. It has become my ritual, and I had to order a refill pack. And I ordered from the website because of the discussion that we had last time from Republic Tea. And it was cheaper to order from the website, you guys. It came super quick. It was here in like 3 days. Thank goodness, because it came on the day that I had one more tea bag left and I was starting to sweat. Hello, Amanda. Have you been getting the traveling notices for your, right up there, your patron bag that's coming to you? You should be. I hope you're getting the email notices. Paused my subscription. I'm looking into an iced tea subscription box. Oh, well, that will be fun. So if my math is right, you have been working on it for roughly 114 hours. Maybe, Sally, because you know I took breaks to do other projects. You know, I was working on Russell Shaw, I was working on Amy's Embrace, and I did use some of my hours here working on those, trying to get those finished. So maybe, I don't know, but I would say close. Somewhere close to there, around there. I have regrets. It had been so long since I had looked at it. I had to pull it out and I laid it out on the floor back there to see where I was so I could refresh my memory. And I'm having regrets on placement of something, but it's okay. It's done now. It's just the way that it's going to be. It's hard for me to drink hot tea in the summer months. Oh, I love this tea so much. I don't care if it's hot or cold. But in this mug, it stays hot all day long. Republic of Tea has a subscription box too. I know, but you know, the thing is it would be such a waste for me because I won't drink anything with caffeine in it. They sent me 2 free samples when I ordered my my replacement, my top up, and I gave them to a coworker because I can't drink them. Ooh, not that I noticed. I'll have to check my emails. Girl, did you think that I've forgotten about you? It's coming to you. The email's been blowing up over here about its movements, although it arrived in Chicago. I'll tell you, it's in Chicago. So there's only, you know how it goes with the international. We don't know how long it's going to wait in Chicago before it actually gets on its way to you. I may have to look into that tea. I love vanilla tea. If you do, don't order it off of Amazon. Now, okay, so here's the difference. On Amazon, Jen ordered mine from Amazon. And when it came to me, it came in this lovely little cylinder. And it's perfect for storage. Just fits right into my cabinet. Perfect for that. But when you go to the website and you order from the Republic of Tea website, it comes in a... I don't want to say a recyclable bag because it is. Anywho, it comes in a bag, like the tear thing at the top, and then it has a Ziploc. So what I did was I just pulled mine out and I put it back into my canister. But it's more expensive to buy it on Amazon than it is, even if you're a Prime member, it's more expensive to buy it on Amazon than it is to buy it on Republic of Tea. Just something to keep in mind. I'll wait impatiently. I know. I know. Darn the time. Will they hurry up and invent teleporters already? I mean, I may be kicking myself in the foot because I know of at least 2 truck drivers that we have here in the chat tonight, and that might be putting them out of a job if we start teleporting goods all over the place. But seriously, will they just come on? You messaged me that my tumbler got here literally right after they dropped it on my porch. It's because they emailed me and it gave me, it made a sound. It made a dingy dingy on my phone. So I looked at my phone and I saw. You can get it in the cylinder from Republic of Tea too. Just depends on the quantity of tea you get. Oh, see, Ida's all up in the know. I didn't mind the small little bag. I didn't mind at all because I already have a canister, so I just put it into the canister that I have. Some Amazon prices have gotten ridiculous. You got that right, sister. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I have been dying for Kewpie mayo. Just positively, I want it. I know that I'm not supposed to be eating it right now, but I want it. And the only place that I can buy it, because I don't have an Asian market here, the only place I can buy it is on Amazon, and I just cannot bring myself to pay those prices. I can't, because they charge an arm and a leg for Kewpie mayo. Everything has gone up in price. Lots of stuff has. That's the truth. That's the very, very... My honey was on sale this week. I got it for $12 instead of $14. I was so happy. I don't know if anything else was on sale, because when I go into the grocery store, I stick to what I absolutely need, and I go straight to it, and then I am out the door. I go into the grocery store, and 15 minutes later, I am walking out with everything that I need. I don't mess around with the cesspool. That's what I call the grocery store, the cesspool. There was something that I wanted to tell you guys. I was super excited about it. I don't know. Got to spend some good quality time with the patrons yesterday, laughing and joking and having a great time, which I hadn't done in 2 weeks either. So it was nice. It's nice to be back with my people. I agree. The cat food I use is $65 special food at Chewy. Amazon had it for $320 for cat food? Was it 11 billion cans of cat food? Oh. Have mercy. That's crazy. I thought schools were a cesspool, or was that a petri dish? But you know what? Everybody that I know whose children has gone back to school, you know, like Texas, they had regular school year. They didn't hold off for anything. I think if they happen to have exposures in some of the schools, then they would go to virtual for 2 weeks. But for the most part, all of the schools have been fine, and they don't mess around. There's people out there taking the kids' temperatures. If you sniffle, if you look like you're unwell at all, then you end up going home. And everybody's saying that that they're so much healthier this year than they have been in previous years. Because you know, as soon as the kids go back to school, you can count on getting a cold. Everybody. $320 yeesh for that price. When the cat gets hungry, you can just go get a new one. John. Wally World is a cesspool. Oh, listen, I only go into Walmart when I absolutely, positively have to. I dislike going into Walmart greatly. Okay, I just went back and looked at past videos. You started making the squares on January 13th of 2020. So you have roughly been you've been working on this for roughly 40 hours. Okay, I started, okay. There you go. Dee went back and looked. Okay, I gotta go. Haircut time. Oh! I'll watch the rest of the live chat in the replay. Orange, vehicle, syrup, oregano, servette. Bye! For those of you who don't know, the Aussies really like it when I say those words, because apparently I say them funny. So they get a kick out of it. Hello, Limbug. Thank you so much. Amazon is good for price gouging. It's the prescription food for Tigger. I was surprised Amazon had it since it's prescription. You know what? I would be worried about buying something like that from Amazon. I'd be worried that it was a knockoff, because that's getting really bad on Amazon too. Really, really, really bad. Oh, whew. She said knockoff, and it made me think about hair products and people buying Curly Girl products on Amazon. And I buy some of my products for my hair from Sephora, but I only place Sephora orders twice a year when they have um, their VIB sale, and that's coming up. And I went, oh, did I miss the sale? Because I have all kinds of stuff in my cart just waiting for the sale. But no, not yet. That's what that moment was. And all of that happened just that quickly in my head. Especially Servette. Oh. Apparently it's my accent. Got my second vaccination today. I'm expecting a couple of rough days. Yeah. My I haven't gotten to my age group yet in New Mexico. I'll go to Sam's when it rains. Hardly anybody in there then. I don't trust Amazon when it comes to food for people and pets. I'll buy some things from Amazon, but other things, no. Absolutely not. Cannot bring myself to. I refuse to buy my hair products from Amazon because you never know if you're actually getting the real thing or not. And I spend way too much time and way too much money on my curls to have something bad like that happen to them. Shall not do it. I throws in an E for Serviette. 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 Did I say it right that time? Serviette? I was in a Google meeting with some Southerners, and they made fun of me when I said Martha's Vineyard. Martha's. Martha's. If I can't say serviette, right? It's a napkin, right? It's a napkin. Hand me the stinking napkin. We don't even have a Sam's here. I don't worry about that. You gotta drive 2 hours to get to a Costco or a Sam's, and I'm not about that life. That's 4 hours of my life. Not about it. I found out yesterday that I will be a great grandmother in December. Oh, Ruth! Martha's Vineyard? Martha's. Congratulations, Ruth. Hey, this time, start your gift now. Get that sucker out of the way. Just get it right on out the way so you're not crocheting like a mad woman when the baby comes early, like it did last time. We don't want that to happen to you again. Just looking out for you, you know. Oh. Oh, my tea is finally getting to a drinkable point. It's the only bad thing about this mug is I have to wait for forever for my tea to cool down enough. Already planned. Good. Good looking out. Ooh, I have a package. See, you guys said Amazon, and I just started thinking about my brain is stuck on Amazon. I just remembered that I have a package coming. I wonder where it's at. Has it even shipped? Who knows? Apparently I have 2 orders coming. What did I order? I have forgot. Oh, okay. That's not the one that I wanted. Completely forgot about. I ordered some stuff for the bulletin boards at the office because they need help. They need help. All right, this one says it is arriving tomorrow, but that could be lies. Straight from the pit of hell. Where is track? Goodness. Tell me where it is. Oh, yeah, it'll be there. It'll be there. It's in Albuquerque. It's going to be fine. It's going to be all fine. Little sidebar there. Me just tracking my packages. That's actually for It's Crochet O'Clock, that one that's coming tomorrow, because there's super exciting new stuff coming for you guys. Been working on it for a couple months. Still got a little bit more to go. So it will still be a little while longer, but that is needed to continue the process. Super secret squirrel stuff. Huh. Amazon Prime has gotten too big for its britches. 2-day shipping has happened lately. I can't. It's been over a year before my 2-day shipping was an actual thing. Ever since COVID hit, they've just been too overwhelmed with everything. But you know what? It's the end of March. My Amazon Prime should have renewed, I think. And you know what? You know what kind of aggravates me? Like, I know that obviously it's not their fault. Obviously, it isn't. But they just raised the price of Prime right before COVID hit. Because I had to pay the increased rate for Prime. What was it, like $10 or $12 or something like that more a year for Prime? And then this happens, and the only reason I have Prime is for the 2-day shipping. That's it. That is the only reason that I have Prime. And it's basically been worthless. I feel like they should go back to the other number because they've made a lot of money. Ain't nobody else in this world made as much money as Jeff Bezos had through this pandemic. He don't need my $12. He does not. Bye, Amanda. Secret squirrel, yes. You don't have Prime for the movies and music. No. No, I do not. I mean, every now and then I pop over and watch something on Amazon, but if I do, it's mostly because of Masterpiece. Like, I liked Victoria. I really, really liked Victoria, and that's where I subscribe to Stars for Outlander, and it's where I subscribe to Sundance for a Discovery of Witches, which, by the way, if any of you are addicted to a Discovery of Witches like I am, and you are not in the UK, the season has completely released now. They did a funky thing for the people in the UK. They got all of the episodes for season 2 all at once, like they do on Netflix. But for everybody else, we had to get one episode a week. So now all of the episodes of season 2 are out. So if you were waiting for that so you could binge the second season of A Discovery of Witches, it's ready. I wish they would have a tier Prime, one for shipping and one for all of the other stuff, right? I've never used Prime Music. I have Verizon, so I get Apple Music free through them. So like the entire iTunes library, I get it for free. My nose is itching. I'm so sorry, guys. I know it's not attractive. So that's what I do for all of my music streaming is I just use Apple, and it's on all of my devices. My 2-day shipping is turned into 3 days or sometimes not at all. Then I have to call Becky. My shipping has turned into at least a week. At least a week. Speaking of tracking packages, I ordered something else the same day I ordered the yarn. My other package has been sitting at the UPS distribution center in Houston since early Saturday morning. Ugh! That's not okay. Right, John, you're an Alexa person, so I'm sure that works. Hey Alexa, play that funky music. So, while everybody else in their household dumped it all. Oh. It's been a while since I've done that. I'd say that I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not. She can't hear you in the bedroom. The other folks with Alexa did. It makes me so happy on the inside. It really, really does. Oh, I love it so much, you guys. I have to use it sparingly, though. I don't want you guys to get aggravated with me. But it does make me happy on the inside. Just saying. Oh, I don't even know what I was talking about before that hit me. I have way too many streaming services. I need to cut some down. I have Amazon, which I'm not going to get rid of. I have Netflix, which I am not going to get rid of. Hello, Veronica. Welcome, darling. I have Hulu, which I am never going to get rid of. I'm grandfathered in. I've had Hulu for so long, I pay $2.99 a month for it. I have HBO, Stars, Sundance, Philo, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I need to cut some down. Telling everyone's Alexa to do things makes talking to yourself to the camera worth it, right? It does. See, Ida's there with me. I think it's funny. I was watching her to see if you were going to. Yeah, I did. I sure enough did. Do you have a Roku? Yes, I have a Roku. I used to use, I have an Apple TV, but it's one of the older Apple TVs and you can't add apps to it. So I didn't want to spend the money, even though I really liked having the Apple TV and having everything talk to each other. I didn't want to spend the money on another Apple TV because I'm getting really sick of them forcing you to buy the same thing over again because you can't update, if that makes any sense. This is the third time that that's happened to me, and I don't like it. So, I really like my Apple products, but I do not like that. So I wasn't going to spend that money because Apple TVs are expensive. So I just went and spent, what was it, like $50 for the Roku, 45, something like that. I love the Roku. I love the Roku. Love it. What is... Spring is here. I had the doors and the windows open, and that was a mistake apparently, because now I have little creatures flying around. I got the Acorn TV through Amazon, and I do like the BBC stuff. Yeah, I really like the BBC stuff. I really loved, or I really do love my subscription to Masterpiece. I just wish that they would come out with something new on it. I think I'm going to cancel my subscription to it because they haven't come out with anything new in forever. I don't think an apple can grow as big as the telly, though. Whew. We, meaning I, have Stan, Netflix, Foxtel, Amazon Prime, and then we have the free streaming catch-up services, SBS On Demand, ABC, 7 Plus, 9 Now. I don't know what half of those are. Those must be Aussie-specific things, Sally. I love, what was it, Victoria and Poldark. What else was on Masterpiece? There was a bunch of stuff that I watched on Masterpiece that I really, really liked. And the other thing is everybody complains about Netflix canceling series. The BBC is good at canceling stinking series. Man. Where is it? Where is Masterpiece? Masterpiece PBS. They're so good at... Well, I can't find it because Amazon Prime is not very... Their app is not all that good. Home Fires. I really liked Home Fires. I don't know. Anywho, I've watched everything. I feel like it anyways. I feel like I've watched everything on there. Yes, Aussie stuff, just like you guys have things I've never heard of. Yeah. Come here. Was Broadchurch on Masterpiece? I don't know. Why am I sitting here being chilled? I have shawls everywhere. I don't know, Ida. I don't know. Here lately, most of my television, quote, television, has been YouTube. I haven't spent a whole lot of time watching much of anything, even at work. Been too crazy busy. So we had a winter storm come through that turned into a severe storm for the southeast. But here on Wednesday, Interstate 40, which is north of me, was shut down for the vast majority of the day from like 7 o'clock in the morning until 7:30 at night. It was shut down, which was really bad because it drove all of the commercial traffic, not all of it, but a good portion of it towards us. So I was crazy busy, crazy busy. And my schedule was changed this week because somebody took some annual leave. So I had to work split shift to try and keep everything covered as much as possible. And that messed up my groove. I just had a crazy, very unproductive week last week. I got nothing done that I needed to get done. The only thing that I needed to get done was what I got done while I was with my patrons yesterday, and it's super secret squirrel stuff. But just know that I did actually get something done, but it was just one of the things that needed to get done. Yeah, it was a mess in New Mexico and Arizona with that storm. It was horrible. It was horrible. I think they said that there was a total of 60 plus cars. It wasn't all one big pileup, but all of the accidents were multi-vehicle accidents, and there was a total of over 60 cars. And there was so much snow and ice on the road that when I was looking at the cameras, I couldn't even tell what was road and what wasn't. That's how much snow was on I-40. So they had it blocked off, obviously, because DOT couldn't get there. Emergency vehicles couldn't get there to help the people who had been in the accidents. There was 50 to 60 mile per hour winds while it was snowing, whiteout conditions. It was bad. It was really bad. Oh. Alabama and Georgia had terrible tornadoes with several deaths and tons of destruction. I know. Poor Bonnie Barker from Bonnie Bay Crochet, good friend of mine. 2 of her babies live in Noonan, Georgia, and she was not okay because she could only get a hold of one of them. So at 5:30 in the morning, Bonnie was still awake, still trying to get a hold of her daughter, which I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with, Becky. She couldn't get a hold of Becky. And finally, at 5:30 in the morning, Becky called her. She slept through the whole thing. Which is a blessing, I suppose. She's okay. Her and her husband are okay, so that's what matters. But she did say that when they walked out of their apartment, there was debris all over the place. There was debris over their car and all of that. So it was actually really close to Becky, and I'm so thankful that her and her husband were kept safe during that whole storm, because that was bad. It freaked me out. As soon as I heard about it, I picked up the phone and I called Ida. And I'm like, hi, so sorry for the random call. Just want to hear your voice, make sure you're okay. You're okay. All right. Yeah. It's kind of strange. Any news on Snowball Express? Yes. Pause for dramatic effect whilst I find my email for that. I emailed her. We emailed. Oh, my head. Hang on. I'll find it. I promise. I'll find it eventually. Here we go. All right. She said, as of right now, we are planning an in-person event in Florida. Of course, this could all swing back to a virtual event if we get told no in-person events because of a COVID spike. Fingers crossed, I want to be around people again. So I asked her about the airline because I don't want to open up. I don't want to tell you guys that I'll be taking, donations until, January 31st or July 31st. I don't want to say that and the airline turn around and say on July 15th is when you need to meet us at the airport so we can transport all of these blankets. So she is supposed to be getting in touch with the airlines to find out if they're still willing to take our blankets. I'm sure they will be, but that's what I'm waiting on. I can't fathom the idea of having tornadoes. Tornadoes are scary. They're really scary. I hated it before I moved closer to where I work. I had a 35-minute drive to work. And most of it is through nothingness. Nothingness. Flat roads, nothing around you, but fields. Just nothingness. And when I say fields, I don't even mean like the pretty fields in Iowa or Nebraska. I mean like desert, sand, nothing. So when we would have storms at night, one, I'm night blind. So it's very, very hard for me to see when there's moisture in the air, any type of moisture in the air. It kind of looks like looking through a kaleidoscope for me if any light hits any type of moisture at night. So it's very, very hard for me to drive at night. And we have really bad spring storms. Bad spring storms. And when they happen at night, it used to terrify me because it is so dark out there on the path that I would take home. There's no lights, nobody lives there, no nothing. It's nothing but darkness. And then you don't even have the light of the moon or the stars to help you because it's a storm. You wouldn't see if a tornado was coming. Would have no idea that a tornado was coming. It used to terrify me. Every single time I had to drive home at night in a storm, I was terrified that there was a tornado. Hey, Daigo. Daigo's watching the ads. Hello, hello. My mom and I were driving to my grandmother's one Christmas Eve when I was a child, and a tornado went in front of our car. And we freaking lived. It was terrifying. I have driven through dust devils several times. I've been on the phone with my Aunt Jean Ann, and you don't realize, like, you can't see all of them. And they happen so frequently here in New Mexico that I've gotten used to it now, but it still kind of makes me jerk when I'm driving because you get close up, and because there's so much wind here and we don't have trees or bushes or anything, it's just like, if anything, like if you lose a plastic bag or a receipt or something like that, it just blows and blows and blows and blows and blows. So the only time you can actually see them if they haven't hit a patch of dirt or sand or something and have picked that up and you can see it swirling around is if it picks up some of the trash, and you'll see it just spin around in the road, and by the time you see it, you're too daggone close, so you can't stop or maneuver to get around it. So yeah, there's been a couple times I've been on the phone and because it shakes your car pretty bad. They're little, but it shakes your car pretty bad when you go through them. Yeah. They're first time I ever drove through one of those suckers. Crazy. I see them all the time now because where my office is, there's nothing but cow pastures around it. And in the summer especially, see them come across the highway right through the pasture, little dust trail behind it. It's the craziest thing. Little mini tornadoes. How does that go? That's how that goes. Yeah. There's a whole lot of things that used to freak me out. You know, I come from the Sea Islands of South Carolina. So, you know, hurricanes, the only time we get really bad winds there is during hurricanes. Right? Batten down the hatches. Don't go out. Don't drive. It's not safe. Spring winds here is no stinking joke. No stinking joke at all. It took me a couple years to get used to driving in the wind that we have here. And the other thing, I was always, you know, when you're learning to drive, they tell you don't ever drive through standing water. At least where I come from, don't ever drive through standing water. You're not supposed to. Well, here, they don't have drainage systems. You know, like everywhere else in the universe, they don't have drainage systems. And everywhere else in the road, the center of the road is the highest point of the road, so the water will run off of the road. Not here. The center point of the road is the lowest point of the road because when it rains, because they don't have a drainage system here, they made the roads turn into canals so it all feeds to the water treatment center when it rains. So literally, there's so many places around that flood all over the place and people just cruise through it like it's nobody's business. They just cruise right on through it, stand in water, and I'm like, what's under there? Is there a speed bump under there that I need to be aware of? Like, I don't... I don't get it. It's crazy. We used to call those dust devils. The boll weevils are dangerous too. Yes, dust devils. Didn't I say dust devils? I thought I did. Sorry. I mean, but they're mini tornadoes. That's what they are. Dust devils. Ooh. My nose. I want you guys to know that I didn't have a problem with my nose at all for 2 weeks. Not a one. Why does it always happen? As soon as I get on camera, it's like my nose knows. Something is knocking over here. And I don't like it. Something is knocking over here and I do not like it. I cannot handle that. Driving down the road, something in your console is tinking against something else. Oh. Come to think of it, I've seen little dust devils here in South Australia, mainly in the paddock in the middle of nowhere. Yep, that happens. You're allergic to your lights and camera. Maybe. I'm almost at 1K. You're almost at 1K what? What are we talking about, Daigo? That's kind of random. What did I miss? I hate driving when the Santa Ana winds are blowing because you can feel the winds pushing the car around. Yes, you can. Does that mean you're allergic to us? I mean, I might be. I might be. But look, if I am, okay, it's going to be one of those allergy things, you know, like peppers. I'm allergic to peppers, but they don't kill me. So I can eat them in very, very, very small quantities. Kind of like that. Some of us. It's probably freaky. That's probably where the whole itchiness thing comes from. It's freaky. Oh, subscribers. Well, congratulations, Daigo. Pollen's horrible here. Even my dog is sneezing. Oh! Bless that baby's heart. Not like coconut. No, not like coconut. Nope. Coconut is definitely a no-go. Coconut and morphine. Morphine will kill me quick, fast, and in a hurry. Coconut, not nearly as bad, but I have almost died because of coconut. I have a lot of allergies though. Nylon, chlorine, gluten. I have so many allergies that I don't even remember them all until I go come in contact with them. I'm just so used to not. I'm not allergic to artificial sweeteners, but every single artificial sweetener or sugar replacement that I have tried that has not been actual sugar or honey gives me a migraine. Every single one. So I just don't mess with it at all. Down there. Will you be giving any subscribers away? Freaky. My eyes have been watering badly and sneezing in the morning. I've been very, very dry here. Very, very, very dry. I started using a new face cream last week. Started using a new face cream. And I'm supposed to put it on twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. So when I get up, I put the first time I used it, I put my face cream on in the morning when I got up, when I'm taking all of my vitamins and, you know, dealing with Jack and all of that, my morning routine. Put it on, that was at like 8 o'clock in the morning. 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. When I got home at 10:30 at night, it felt like I had just put that face cream on my face. That's how dry my skin is. My skin is so dry that it's refusing to take on any moisture at all. My moisturizer just sits there on top of my skin. Girl problems. It's craziness. So I'm looking forward to the warmer weather and turning on the swamp cooler, because that means that the humidity is at least going to come back into my house. My hair is going to suffer, but I'm looking forward to the humidity for my skin. For some reason, my yarn is awful squeaky tonight. My hook must be channeling John. Can y'all hear my hook squeaking? It's been squeaking all night. Alright, I can't take it anymore. Ooh, that wasn't okay. Yeah, that just happened. Oh, that's so much better. Whew, such a relief. No squeaky. My aunt's cats wake me up at 6 or 7 a.m. for snacks, and I go right back to bed. Ugh, yeah, not me. Steph, I can put you in touch with a girlfriend of mine that makes goat milk soap. It's awesome. Goat milk soap. I think my daughter, when she was stationed there, went through gallons of moisturizer, and it still didn't help a lot. It doesn't, Becky. It doesn't. Listen, if I could sleep in a bathtub full of oil of Olay, I probably would. I have had a constant struggle since I moved here with my skin. And the only time, last summer, when my swamp cooler got working well, that is the best that my skin has been the entire 5.5 years that I have lived here. It was beautiful. It's because the swamp cooler forces so much humidity into the house. I mean, my hair was a hot mess, but the skin felt so much better. Okay, that one is done. If your skin isn't absorbing moisture, you need collagen. I'll PM you a link if you want to check it out. Collagen? No, but it's like none of my skin anywhere, not just my face. None of my skin anywhere. If I would have put lotion on my hands this morning, it would still be on my hands if I hadn't washed it off now. None of my skin anywhere wants to absorb any type of moisture anywhere. I don't know. And it's only going to get worse. When the swamp cooler was actually working and not just blowing around warm air, right? Have you tried hemps? What is hemps? Tell me what hemps is. I'm afraid to. I'm not going to tell Siri to Google that one. It's a sanitizer. That's got SPF in it. That's a no-go. And I'm looking. Oh, are you talking about all of these? Huh. Body wash. Body. The only one that they have for face has SPF in it. I don't want that. I'll have to take a closer look at it. I also have to be careful because of my allergy. I have to be super careful. Her poor dog's nose was always cracked, and I felt so sorry for him. I miss humidity. Oh, Terry's sending me the goods. I'm looking, Terry. Good Lord. What do you do with it? Oh. Gotta make smoothies and stuff? I'm not down for smoothies. I'll look into it. I will. I will look into it. I will look into all the things that will make me more comfortable. All of them. Every single last one. It's not collagen something rich folks inject into lips. Yes. Yes, it is. So if in a couple weeks I show up here and my lips are this big, it's Terry's fault. Just so you know, Terry did it. I don't want any qualms, any questions of who might be responsible for the situation. So it will definitely be Terry for the duck lips. You can mix it into any liquid. You put it in the basket. Which basket? Come on, will you please just go through the right place? I mean, honestly, do we have to do this? Thank you. Quack, quack. Youpers. It could happen. Although I might be okay with a little bit of collagen right up underneath here. But of course, because that's where I would want it to go, it will not, like manifest itself there. Being my luck, I'll be one of those crazy people where it'll do crazy things for me. Have you tried Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Wash? No, I haven't, because it has coconut in it, if I remember correctly. And it also has sulfates in it. And the soap that I use does not have any sulfates in it. And believe it or not, that greatly helps me. It took me a couple years to figure that out. Ugh. Good night, Miss Kitty. Oh, something on my screen. Stop. Oh, not sure about dinner yet. Oh, I'm so excited to make dinner. My dinner is marinating in the refrigerator. And as soon as I get finished here, I'm going to put it in the oven. Burritos. Yum. Aveeno also has an oatmeal which may or may not have gluten. That's true. Yeah. Gluten is, it's a crazy thing with me with gluten. It's just best that I stay away from it. Just all the way around. It's better for everybody around me that I stay away from gluten too. Unfortunately. Hey, speaking of gluten, Ida, that's what I meant to talk to you about yesterday. Oh, I spent 4 hours with Ida right there, and I did not talk to you about sourdough. Bummer. Have to watch the preservatives, parabens, and all the lotion, shampoos, etc. Yeah, I don't use any sulfates, parabens, or silicones on anything at all. I just learned the other day that sourdough bread is actually really good for people that have a gluten intolerance or have IBS because its gluten levels are so low compared to other breads. Yes. And I remember that when the lockdown first started, was it you and Terry? You both had, well, everybody was naming their starters. I know that you have to have a starter, but I don't know how to make a starter. Do you make a starter or does a friend have to give you starter? I don't, how does it work? Oh, Papa John's pizza. I miss Papa John's pizza. Any dough will go sour if you let it sit long enough. Ah. So anywho, apparently, and I tested it out when I was on vacation and I was cheating on my diet. I tested it out and I didn't have any adverse effects when I ate sourdough. But the problem is you can't really be sure when you're buying something in the grocery store. Can't really be sure of it. And I don't want to mess around. So I would like to learn how to make my own sourdough bread. I bought mine from Breadtopia. Oh, so you buy it? Nope, DB says you can make your own. Parabens makes me itch all over, plus swelled up. And yeah, it's bad stuff. Some folks use potato starch or powder for a starter kit. Uh-oh, here we go. Wait. Chat's flying now. No coconut in it. It's the only body wash I can use. It's the oatmeal one. I forget why I think it's because of the sulfates that I won't use it, Steph. You can make your own starter or you can buy a starter. I'm interested. Do I have to have a bread maker to make sourdough bread? I really need to sit down and YouTube this. I'm sure that everybody and their sisters made YouTube videos about sourdough. Why am I so behind? I felt more comfortable buying one. Sourdough was big during the Alaska gold rush. They kept a little of the part of the dough to start the next loaf of bread. You know, over my vacation, started watching a show about gold mining in Alaska. I love it. I love it. What is it called? Gold Rush? I love it. I can't continue watching it right now because that would make me a bad person because I'm watching it with somebody and I have to wait. But I really enjoyed it. When you buy one, you know it was alive to start with. Okay. You don't need a bread maker, but you do need to research it. Yeah, I probably do. Probably. I have a great YouTube guy that I watched with a simple recipe. Did you like the bread that you got? I need to find somebody that's at high altitude. I'm at high altitude. I haven't watched Oak Island. But I really like Gold Rush, what we've seen of it so far. I want to wring the necks of some of those men sometimes, but... Everybody in the Facebook group is going to get cranky because all this week it's going to be sourdough. I thought this was a Facebook group about crocheting. Hi, welcome to Steph's World. I think Jen's not here. Is anybody in the chat familiar with pub subs? Tell me if you are before I go any further. I know that Jen is familiar with pub subs. My husband loved that bread that I made. Oh, what to do it. Hey, we talk about everything here. I know. Ida sending me a message. Don't click this right now. She says, don't do it. All right, I trust Ida. Ida has my better interests at heart. Sourdough bread is also good for people who have problems with yeast. Pub subs, no. I have not made sourdough bread, but I've made beer bread. I love pub subs. Okay, Ida, pub subs. For those of you who don't understand, that's sub sandwiches from the grocery store Publix. They call them pub subs. They use sourdough bread, don't they? Isn't that sourdough? Isn't there an and chat? This is the part of chat. Right. Right. I'm pretty sure that Publix uses sourdough bread for their pub subs. Whatever it is, it's good. Man, I miss pub subs. I really do. I gotta go home soon. I don't think so. You don't think so? Are you sure? Terry said it's regular bread too. Nope, you're right. Choice of white, whole wheat, or Italian 5 grain. All right, fine. Fine. It's regular bread. But still. Some people have bread issues caused by yeast. It causes bloating issues in your body. That is what happens to me with gluten. That's why I don't eat gluten. Anything that has gluten in it. I blow up like a balloon. Literally, quite literally. Like I could walk around like a Teletubby, bumping everybody. It's not okay. It's very, very, very uncomfortable. And I also had, I also used to, all my life, I had these bumps all over my arms. You couldn't see them because I'm so pale, but if you rubbed your hand on my arm, you could feel them. There was just little tiny bumps all over my arms and down my legs my whole life. And I never thought about it until a couple years ago, was sitting on YouTube with the patrons for one behind the scenes something or other, and I started talking about it, and one of my patrons said that her daughter had an intolerance to gluten and all of the things that she experienced and how much better she got when she removed that from her life. And I went, oh my gosh, all of those things happened to me. They all happened to me. So I stopped eating gluten, and it's true. I mean, I still do every now and then, but I pay for it. Too much bread for me in subs. I get, oh, I love bread. I do. Especially yeast rolls, you guys. I love yeast rolls with some honey butter. Does anybody remember the restaurant Quincy's? Anybody with me? They had the best yeast rolls ever. I wish that maybe there is, because there's all kinds of copycat recipes on the internet nowadays, but if somebody has tried and found a true copycat recipe for the Quincy's yeast rolls, holla at your girl. Because I'll spend a couple days being uncomfortable for those rolls. Yes, I will. I will spend a couple days being uncomfortable. Oof. Man, oh man. Quincy's was a restaurant that I know some of the Aussies and some of the folks that are overseas may not know it, but like Golden Corral, they used to have a buffet. You could order straight meals, but most people went there for the buffet, and they always had these glorious yeast rolls. I started making sourdough, and it turns out I don't like it. Really? Golden Corral's yeast rolls are a bad copy of Quincy's. Yes, they are. Oh, wait. She said aren't a bad copy. No. I don't think that they're anything close. I think that Quincy's yeast rolls were way softer, and they didn't cook them as long. They didn't have that. Now, it's a thin crust going around the Golden Corral ones, but Quincy's, it just, no. For me, they're not close. They're not. Where are we at? Terry, have you tried it? Oh, in a bread machine. See, and I don't know if I trust this recipe, Terry, because it just says 3 teaspoons yeast. Which kind of yeast? I don't know. Yeah, but there's no Quincy's anywhere near here. Gold Corral, yes. I agree. I agree. I don't much care for anything sour. I really don't think that sourdough bread is actually sour, though, do you? I don't find it sour. I mean, there's a little tang, but I don't find it sour. There is a recipe online for Quincy's yeast rolls. I know Terry just sent me one. Just the name of the bread has me thinking no thanks. Like it. There's a place called Lambert's, home of the Throne Roll. They actually have a guy walking around pushing a cart of just made yeast rolls and throw them at you. Is that otherwise known as heaven? Just wondering. Terry, that's a forbidden era. The universe does not want me to make Quincy's yeast rolls. Oh, Ida said I don't like that tang. It doesn't bother me. Lambert's is the best. I've never been to a Lambert's, but I would like to go. I would like to go places where people throw yeast rolls at me. I would be okay with that. Perfectly okay with it. Sourdough is how the bread is made. It does not have anything to do with the flavor of the bread. I do think that it's a little bit tangier than some other breads. It does have a little twinge to it. Just a little something there. But all breads taste different. And I think it also depends on your palate. Because some people don't have a very... I don't want to sound smug when I say this, but it's the only way to say it. Some people just don't have a refined palate. and they can't taste the little subtleties in food that others can. I mean, that's why we're all not wine tasters. What do they call those people that just go around the world tasting the wine and grading the wine and all of that stuff? That's why we're not all like that, because our palates are different. Yes, Lambert's equals heaven. They have good food too. Oh, so they actually have other food. Okay. I mean, because you had me at yeast rolls. You honestly did. Throwing yeast rolls at me, you had me. I'm down. Let's go. Let's go. Is there one in New Orleans? Is there a Lambert's in New Orleans? New Orleans, if you will. Because, you know, not this July, but next July, we will all be gathering in New Orleans. So maybe we could all go and enjoy having yeast rolls chucked at us. Ah, thank you, Chantel. Have a hot chocolate on me. Thank you for the super chat, and hello, friend, and thank you so much for the tips that you gave me. I can't talk about it because it's super secret squirrel, but I posted about it on my Patreon feed. So go look at it because your tips helped me out a lot. Thank you. Why did it just sound like my refrigerator closed? That's weird. And now all of a sudden my phone does not recognize my face. Lambert's Cafe. Oh! Thank you for the link. Bummer that it's not in New Orleans. Fresh dinner rolls, yes. Drowning in all of the honey butter. All of it. There's a place not far from me where they throw rolls. Really? Chantel, you've just entered, and I have just learned that there's a restaurant out there where there's a guy that pushes around a cart that throws yeast rolls at you while you're at dinner. And now I want to quit my life and go to the restaurant. Because I can't think of anything better. The original Lambert's is in Foley, Alabama, about an hour from my house. Hubby is wearing the Sasquatch sweater. It's done. Oh, nice. I'm going to click on this link now because I'm not going to be able to go without knowing. Let's see. Home of the Throwed Rolls. Let's see. Locations. Nope. Missouri, and Alabama. Darn. That's not okay. That's just not okay. That's not okay at all. I want yeast rolls to be chucked at me, okay? I mean, like, you go to Japanese restaurants and everybody loves sitting there at the table and, you know, like, they're flinging shrimp at you, trying to, like, your mouth is a basket and the shrimp is the basketball, and everybody loves that, and they're all over the stinking place. Why is this not a thing? Like, worldwide, why is this not a thing? You should go into any restaurant and have yeast rolls chucked at you. They're yeast rolls. Who doesn't love yeast rolls? Nobody. Oh. I don't know. God, my house makes some of the strangest sounds when the wind is blowing. It really does. Oh, my nose. And as soon as I turn the camera off, my nose will go back to normal. So annoying. Come here and I'll take you. Okay. Celiacs. Okay. All right. Chantel has to come in here with all of the reason and reality. Lambert's also has what they call pass-arounds that are free. Pass-arounds. Okay, so some of us need to get together, make rolls coated in honey butter, and go throw them at Steph. Yes! Absolutely! Yes, that would be a thing. The next Crochet Guild of America conference, all of you guys that attend, if you're not throwing a yeast roll at me, then what are you even doing with your life at that point? I mean, honestly. Running away. Oh, see you soon, Freaky. It's like this. I have new goals in life. I wonder, where is Foley, Alabama? Foley, Alabama. Maps. Foley, Alabama. Come here. Let me see. Is this going to be anywhere? No, that's not even close. Well, if I took Interstate 10, I could take a little tiny detour and just go just a blip, blip south whenever I drive to Florida. Just a little blip. Pass-arounds are things like fried potatoes and onions, yeast rolls, black-eyed peas. Oh. Listen. I'm down. I am down, down, down. Did y'all hear that obnoxiously loud vehicle just go by my house? If you did, I apologize. There's also fried okra, cabbage, macaroni, and tomatoes. Well, they can keep that okra. They can keep that okra. But the cabbage, the macaroni, and the tomatoes, we're talking. Yes. Yes, we are. Let me know when you want to go to Lambert's. I mean, let you know when I finally get the opportunity to go home again. Killing me. Killing me. Because if I go home in December, if they hold the Snowball Express and I go down for that, then I won't be driving. I'll be flying. Bummer. The wheels are turning. I can hear them from here. I know. Such a bummer. Fried, the only way to eat okra. The only thing to do with okra, in my opinion, is just throw it in the trash. Ida said, I'll meet you at Lambert's. You're going to drive all the way down from northern Alabama to meet me at Lambert's. Ida, super secret squirrel stuff. But yes, Chantel. Yes, there is. Lots of them. You're Southern and you don't eat okra. What's wrong with you? I do not like okra in any shape or form. In fact, I have a group text message between my cousin Amy, my cousin Valerie, and my Aunt Jean Ann. And Amy sent a recipe to us yesterday that is for okra fritters. And she said, y'all, look at this recipe. I said, you have as much fun with that as y'all or you have as much fun as you can with that. And everybody else is like, yes, please. Yes, please. And I'm like, no, not I. No. I do not do okra. No. I know people that'll sit down with a whole jar of pickled okra and just demolish it. open the jar, and before you know it, the whole jar is empty. I am, no. Mm-mm. No, I don't like it. Will not. It's kind of like, I think okra is kind of like a boiled peanuts thing. You either love it or you hate it. There is no in between. I'm definitely a Southern girl and I do not like black eyed peas. Oh no, I like some black eyed peas. I do like me some black eyed peas with some ham hock. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, I do. I have to see if my mom saved my uncle's pickle okra recipe. Ugh. Ugh. I can eat fried okra like popcorn. Thank you, Chantel. My granddad taught me to eat black eyed peas with ketchup. All right then. Okra isn't it? Okra ain't never in season as far as I'm concerned. Mm-mm. I like boiled peanuts. I can't stop eating them. I'll make myself positively ill eating boiled peanuts. Yes, I will. The job that I had before I had this one, there was a whole bunch of people that worked there. That one of my employees was actually from my hometown, and then there were two other Marines that worked there who had been stationed in my hometown. So for a surprise for them, I made up two big, huge, massive batches of boiled peanuts. I did one just plain and the other one garlic. Cajun garlic. I did it for them because they like spicy, so I did Cajun garlic for them. And everybody else in the office was looking at everybody like we were nuts, and they were trying to explain to them that in the South you go through all of the convenience stores, you know, to get gas or whatever, and there's like warmers, like crock pot warmers of boiled peanuts in every single gas station that's out there because everybody eats boiled peanuts. Oh, Chantel's had boiled peanuts. I love boiled peanuts. Love them, love them, love them. I wonder how they'll be in the Instant Pot. Oh, y'all, we only got 5 more minutes left. And we done all made each other hungry. Yes, we did. Boiled peanuts, pickled pig's feet, and vinegared eggs. You mean pickled eggs? I like pickled eggs if they're in beets. When you make beets. Pickled beets. Yes. She's saying peanuts. What do you mean? How do I say peanuts wrong? Never had boiled peanuts, I don't think. Oh, they're good. Oh, they're good, you guys. Oh, they're good. I don't like pickled eggs by themselves. Just, like if it's just a jar of pickled eggs. But if it's the eggs that come out of the pickling juice from beets, I do like those. Yuck, 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 and double yuck. Listen. There's some crazy stuff in the South. Boy, Kim is missing this. Kim is missing this. I love me some beets. Pickled beets. Oh. Sadly, I live in Ohio, so I can only get them from Walmart, but the guy downstairs from me lived in Florida and made me real ones. Oh, they're not hard to make. As long as you can get the raw peanuts, they're not hard to make at all. It just takes a long time. It takes a long time on the stove, but they're not hard to make. I haven't tried a boiled peanut yet. When I've been visiting my mom in South Carolina, I'll have to try them next time. Yes, you will. I don't know. I nodded off. Wow, John. Way to be engaged. It's not how you say it. It's what we Northerners haven't heard of. Boiled peanuts. Goodness, time flied tonight. I know. Flew right on by. It's because we hadn't gotten to hang out in such a long time. That's what happened. Yeah, it happens sometimes. And I was chit-chatting so much that I didn't even finish with this row. I had gotten to the point where I could finish a whole row in a 2-hour slot here, but I've just been too busy chit-chatting with you guys instead of crocheting. My first husband made the best pickled eggs I've ever had. I like them. In the beets, that is. Been a long weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, I don't like any of those things. That's okay. You know what? It would be a very, very boring world if we all liked and disliked the same things. It would be a super, super boring world, and I wouldn't want to be a part of that world. We're all unique. We all have different tastes. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okie dokie. So it's time to go, and we have been talking about all of this food business, and now my brain has just gone straight to dinner. So I am going to say that if you're not part of the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group, what are you thinking? The shenanigans continue there all week long. You can hang out with us. You can post pictures of the things that you're working on. You can conversate with the crew from here. It's a great place to be. If you're not a patron, patrons get behind the scenes stuff, the super secret squirrel stuff that I do. They get specialized merchandise just for them, like that tumbler that's up there that you really can't tell is a tumbler, but that big old bag that's up there. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. Links are in the description box below, okay? You guys be kind to everybody. See you tomorrow on the Good Loops Facebook Live with Jennifer at 1 p.m. Eastern. Be kind. Be very, very, very kind to everybody, okay? See you soon. Bye.